Yo, what's going on guys? Azanay here, back out with another video. In this video, I want to talk about the PC game and the Xbox game which is published by Microsoft, the QuantumBreak. Well, it's actually some kind of broken for PC. Well, is it broken for PC? Well, yeah, kind of, because the Nvidia GPUs play horrible in the QuantumBreak while the AMD GPUs play a lot better than the Nvidia GPUs. It's because this game is the first reason is it's for DirectX 12, and the Nvidia GPUs are not so optimized for DirectX 12, but the AMD cards are really optimized for DirectX 12. The benchmarks of this game, and you talk about the 970, the GTX 970, it almost barely dips below 25 frames per second. It doesn't get above 35 frames per second or 40 frames per second. It gets constant 25 to 40 frames per second, while the AMD, the R9 390 gets constant 40 plus frames per second. Even though the R9 is a bit higher than the 970, but a 1080p 970 mostly outshines the R9 390 because R9 390 is kind of the 1440p made graphics card. But still, the R9 390 gets high performance and the frames per second than the 970. It's because the game is DirectX 12 and Nvidia GPUs are not at all optimized for that. And when you check the higher end graphics card like the GTX 980 Ti, it barely gets 45 to 50 frames per second, even though that's a high-end card with Intel Core i7 6700K with high-end other RAM, memory and all those stuffs. It barely gets 45 to 50 frames per second, but the R9 390 itself gets 40 plus frames per second, never dips below 40 frames per second. So it's actually kind of broken in PCs right now, but we can't say it's completely broken because it does perform better in Nvidia GPUs, and most of the times Microsoft doesn't optimize the game well for PC games. We have seen the Max Payne was also, at first it was not so better in gaming, but still after like 1 or 2.5 weeks it was better. So technically the QuantumBreak is kind of broken. When we divide the computer section PC games with graphics card, we can say that the QuantumBreak is broken on Nvidia GPUs. It's kind of like that because we barely get 45 to 50 frames per second with a GTX 980 Ti, which can max out every games at 4K resolution, and at 1080p it's barely getting 45 to 50 frames per second. And the R9 390 at 1080p, which is much lower card when compared to the GTX 980 Ti, gets constant 40 plus frames per second. So it's almost assured that the Nvidia GPUs are not so good at QuantumBreak. Now we will wait to get the Nvidia drivers for DirectX 12 because it's not so optimized. We can see most of the benchmarks. I will also leave some links in the description below for the benchmarks between most of the cards, AMD cards and Nvidia cards. So anyway guys, that's for this video. Definitely be sure to subscribe and like the video because you're notified every time when I upload a video. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.